about to get ugly.
Come on, let's play ball.
And welcome back, everybody. It's time for the Week in Review. Week in Review, Week 4. That's right, 4 weeks in already. I can't believe a quarter of the season is already gone. Time is flying by. Before you know it, we'll be back in the middle of winter going, I can't believe the season's almost over. But we've got a long way to go before then. So let's get into Week 4, see what happened. I know you guys are expecting some anger and mayhem because I got smoked this week. But you know what? You're not going to get it. Keeping my head held high, I'm going to take the high road.
Well, I have a microphone, and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
Starting off with the unluckiest SOB of 2018 season, Fettis Flock fell to the Donkey Boys, 143-122. Not a bad game for Mike, but unfortunately, they just had a better week. Mike getting killed again by his running back. Just horrible. Fournette, you finally get him back in the lineup. Everybody's excited. Everybody's talking about Fournette. He's finally back. He's going to play. He goes out again. Who knows how long he's going to be. That's just horrible. That's so frustrating, and I actually feel bad for you, Mike. I honestly do, because when you've got a guy who's that talented and you just can't figure out whether he's going to be on the field or not, you just don't know. But alas, Dogs and Brandon, they get some surprising help from James White, of all players, to drag them to the victory. Making that victory even more impressive, the fact that this was Dogger's bachelor party weekend, and God knows if either one of those guys was dialed in at all. But somehow they made it happen. We're going to be inserting some stuff from Dogger's bachelor party weekend. Nothing damning, nothing that's going to get him, unmarried, or unengaged. Is that the word? Unengaged? Well, we'll make one up, unengaged, but hope you enjoyed the shots. You've probably seen a couple up to this point because, I had some fun digging these out. Speaking of donkeys, the Lightning had a very unchampion-like performance against Jay Fahey's squad, not squalled. Squalled is a weather thing. Jay Fahey's squad default coasting to a 147-84 victory. That's actually a beatdown. That's not a victory. That is a solid beatdown. Nice work, Jay. Even with the points, Derek left on the bench. I'm pretty sure Jay had this one all wrapped up. So nice to see you've been taking my advice from about Calvin Ridley, by the way. It's paying off, and I hope all of you are realizing that I'm a genius. I just don't like to flaunt it.
As if.
In another lackluster outing, Al's Army turned in a woeful showing against Steve's Revolution, falling 142-86. That's another beatdown, folks. 2 beatdowns in a row. It's really embarrassing for AJ. Steve had Derek Carr on his bench, 45 points, and he didn't even need it. Good win for you, Steve. Drew Brees did nothing, and you still coasted to a victory. You spent too much, of that scoring capital in week 1, AJ. Now you got to reel it back in. Get the plane leveled off, and, and then get it back, and then maybe you can start rising up again. But, baby steps. Maybe Al's feeling the pressure, you hit that big mark and now you feel you got to hit that mark every week, and it's hard to get up for that kind of scoring every week.
That's what she said.
In what can only be called a surprising turn of events, Dave had the game of his fantasy career this week, upsetting the previous unbeaten scum in a heavyweight match, just edging me out 176-170. Huge win by Dave. Big numbers from those wide receivers. Get no points from his running backs, but those wide receivers carry you. His lowest scoring wide receiver this week was Antonio Brown, and he had like 12, 15 points. He left Corey Davis and 25 points on the board, so he really could have laid the lumber if he had started Corey Davis instead of Antonio Brown. But if you had done that, I probably would have had you kicked out of the league. So
Yeah, whatever.
I had a good week. I had a 100% efficiency on my team. I couldn't have put in a better team than I did. It was just Dave's week. So congratulations. I'm really happy for you, Dave. See? Can you see that? There it is. I mean it, though. Congratulations. And finally, in another great matchup, Smokey ousted the Project in an impressive 161-25 win. Mitch riding big weeks from 2 former Scum players, Adam Thielen, DeAndre Hopkins, plus a big week from Deshaun Watson. Rich, not a bad game, but tough loss. Rich falls to 2-2. Good news, You're tied for third place. Bad news, you're also tied for last place. Mitch moves up into a tie for first with yours truly. So congrats, Mitch. Nice work. Don't get too comfy in first because I'm not planning on having you stick around, but enjoy it while you're here. Wrapping things up, after 4 weeks, 7 of the 10 teams in our league are 2-2. That's what we call mediocre, folks.
Nothing shocks me. I'm a scientist.
Luckily, Mitch and I are trying to raise the level a little bit. Mike's having obviously a tough time at 0-4, but the supposed good division, 2-2, almost across the board. So let that sink in. I'd give you some insight into week 5 matchups and what to do, but I can't figure out what the hell is going on. The games are crazy every week. Teams that shouldn't be doing anything are scoring huge numbers. Look at Dave beating me. I mean, that's unheard of. But it's happening. Also, you'll notice there was no Donkey of the Week this week. I'm not going to give it away if there's nobody who makes a really big move that just you kind of make it go, what was he thinking? So I'm not going to just name a Donkey of the Week if somebody didn't earn it. So sorry, there's no real big Donkey of the Week. If you have suggestions, feel free to send them in. Email, you can put a little note down there at the bottom of the video. I check that once in a while just to see if you're saying anything. But until next week, go after yourselves, fellas.